Now, Tuesday is a very big day for NEO. Many of you will know that NEO will be giving us their Q1 earnings, which on those earnings, it is very important that, of course, we monitor a couple of things. Number one, something that is very, very a serious concern to even some of the new investors, giving an opportunity for the short sellers to short NEO, is the net losses. That is very important. Number one, because in Q4, the net losses of NEO came at about $900 million, almost $1 billion. And therefore, some of the investors are really panicking and worried about that. So that is the first figure that I suppose many of the investors will go in onto the NEO Q1 earnings and have a look at that. Now, before we dig deep, please like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because what I've realized is that some of you guys are just watching and are not subscribing. So I'll really appreciate if you can just subscribe and hit the notification bell so that at least we get this information out to the, of course, NEO investors, to those that maybe want to invest into NEO but they don't know much about NEO, because on this channel I give you latest developments, latest news onto NEO on a daily basis. Back to the video. Like I said, we are waiting for the Q1 earnings, and net losses will be important. The revenues will be important to see the kind of growth that we are seeing, because it gives us, especially the vehicle sales, they give us an average, on average, how much NEO is making per car. Another thing that will be very important is the earnings per share, how NEO it is performing in terms of getting to profitability, because the earnings per share is what tells us if NEO is getting closer and closer to profitability. That will be important also. Something that will be also extremely important, it is the delivery guidance that NEO is going to give to us on Tuesday as to what are they expecting, or the total number of deliveries they are expecting right now in Q2. Q2, you will know that after today, it will only be left with 1 month. We'll only be left with the month of June. And since NEO will be reporting their Q1 earnings on Tuesday, it simply means that obviously from that guidance that they will give us for Q2, when we subtract the 2 months or the first 2 months of Q2, which is April and May, we will know how many deliveries is NEO expecting to deliver for the month of June. That will be also very important for the investors to see. Deutsche Bank has already came out and gave their prediction to 75 to 80,000, which simply means that it will be an all-time high deliveries, but we'll still see if NEO won't take it over 80,000 or won't give the delivery guidance of over 80,000. It is very important, guys, that obviously this gets to be monitored over and above the earnings, the guidance. I mean, as I'm doing this video, analysts are expecting a loss of 22 cents a share and revenues of $1.71 billion. This is what analysts are expecting to come from NEO, and let's wait, let's see, man, how things will unfold. But I think the earnings, even though they might not come as good, the guidance will be very, very good. I can tell you that. We don't know the cash at hand, how much NEO will be having this time around, but hopefully it has also grown, or it has also increased. And we see NEO at least net losses, vehicle margin, gross margins also improving, because gross margins are very, very important. It's another key term that is very important for NEO if they want to get to profitability. Their gross margins should improve, because the more the gross margins, the more they get closer and closer to profitability, which is something that we look forward to that. So Tuesday, not only will we be getting the insurance registrations for this week, but we'll also be getting the Q1 earnings, which, by the way, I see on the screen again, they are coming before market open. So by the time the market open on Tuesday, we will be knowing exactly the earnings that NEO reported, the earnings that NEO announced, which will be very important to the new investors to know, like I said, how much did NEO do in Q1. I mean, the new CEO already told us or signaled to us that there is nothing major on the Q1 earnings, but from Q2 you can expect a massive change from NEO in terms of the losses, in terms of the gross margins, because one of the things that you will know is that in Q1, a lot of car makers or automakers, they introduced some discounts, including NEO. It was offering a discount. It was also offering a 0% interest free for 5 years, which of course that we all know that it does compromise the gross margin, it does compromise the sales. That's very, very important, right? But let's hope things will get better. Let's hope we get to see an improvement even from Q1, though it might not be much, but let's see an improvement. CEO said from Q2 things should start changing. But another thing that is making a lot of the investors all over China to really be worried is the 35% discount that BYD came and announced this week. I mean, the price competition, fierce price competition in China, it's something that continues, and man, honestly, it's not funny anymore. I think the government should just step in and make sure that things like that don't happen. There is fair competition, and cars like BYD don't, or car makers like BYD don't come and do these kind of stunts, because then it does not bring fairness, because BYD is profitable and it has been running since 2007. Now they want to like bully other EV companies by dropping prices so ridiculously. I think you and me can agree that that's not a good move, but hopefully we'll get a comment from Chinese car regulatory authorities to maybe step in and make sure that this does not happen, or if it happens on a lighter scale, because it is important that EV car makers like NEO gets to profitability, and the discounts is not what will get us to profitability, and therefore it needs to be fair. The competition needs to be fair. Rather launch your car at the cheapest rate than coming to offer discounts of 35%, because that will make, or that makes other EV companies to struggle selling their cars, which hopefully the Chinese government comes and intervene and make sure that this does not happen. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming. Long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. It takes me some time to make these videos, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up, is to subscribe, is to hit the notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I will see you on the next one, my dear friends. That's all from me, and God bless you all.